In 2023, a client approached our agency. Initially, he came with a fairly standard request. He wanted to buy something on Emaar Beachfront. He had just exited his business. It was an uncertain time all around. No one really understood what was going on. And he needed to reliably park $1 million dirhams with good capitalization. The total budget came out to around 1,600,000 dirhams. We started by following his request, checked what was available on Emaar Beachfront, but it quickly became clear that there was nothing reasonable for that amount of money. At that time, the area was at the peak of interest. There were lots of flashy sales, hype, and launches one after another. All of this attracted speculators who instantly snapped up the liquid lots. Entry prices increased due to queues, expectations, and artificially created scarcity. Within the client's budget, there were no options available. So we suggested a different perspective. Why not get the same thing, but in a promising location where there's good momentum and the price growth is still ahead? To invest not in what is already obvious to everyone, but in where growth is just beginning. We suggested the Rashid Yachts Marina community. At first glance, nothing special. A port, former docks, the location is far from central. Next to it is the budget-friendly Deira district. It's about 20 minutes to downtown. Compared to downtown or beachfront, the picture isn't the most impressive, but we understood what was behind it. By 2023, it was already clear. The key locations that used to deliver high growth had reached their capacity. Downtown, marina, even beachfront, all already sold out, everything built. There's no free land left, no new launches are planned, and if there are no new phases, there's no further driver for growth. There might be some increase, but it would be purely technical, just following the general market trend. At most, 5 to 7% per year. And at the same time, we already knew that a large-scale renovation of Deira was coming. Essentially, a major shift of interest toward the eastern part of the coastline is beginning. And against this backdrop, Rashid Yachts Marina becomes the perfect entry point. For several reasons. First, the area is compact. It physically cannot be built up densely, like Marina or JBR. Second, it features a low-rise format. All the buildings are up to 10 stories high, which is quite rare for the coastline. And third, a limited number of lots. There are significantly fewer of them than in any other Emaar coastal project. It is precisely this supply limitation that will support the price. Our logic was very simple. And this is exactly what every investor should understand, especially when it comes to a market like Dubai. You should enter a project not when everyone is talking about it, but when it is just starting to gain momentum. It is at this stage that you can secure a good entry price, get the best layouts, choose your building, and calmly watch as the area begins to develop. It's difficult to identify this phase on your own because on the surface you only see advertisements, renderings, and promises. But an experienced agent sees deeper, knows the real market dynamics, and understands which criteria to pay attention to. So together with the client, we chose an apartment, 1 bedroom, approximately 70 square meters. The location is perfect. The project is situated right on the waterfront with views of yacht masts and a luxurious promenade lined with restaurants. The format is almost club-like, a low-rise building, a small number of units, and importantly, the project is branded. This immediately sets the bar, a premium project for those who appreciate comfort and a prestigious environment. How did we pay? We paid 1 million dirhams from the client's funds, and the rest was split according to the standard 2-year payment plan. And here is a key point that sets Rashid Yachts Marina apart from overheated locations. The project offers a 70-30 payment plan. That is, you pay 70% during the construction phase and the remaining 30% upon handover of the keys. At first glance, it may not seem like the most flexible plan, but that's exactly the point. A payment plan with a high entry threshold is the perfect filter that weeds out casual players. At Rashid Yachts Marina, there haven't been the speculative waves we've seen all these years at beachfront. This seemingly minor detail actually makes a huge difference if you plan to implement a hold strategy. So, what's the result? It's now the year 2025. The market situation has changed dramatically. In the former star locations, Blue Waters, Marina, JBR, new launches have ended. Everything has been bought up, built, and there's not even room for an apple to fall, and prices are already behaving sluggishly. Growth is slowing down and the secondary market is already oversaturated. Players are left with 2 options: wait a very long time until someone wants to buy at an inflated price or start dumping prices. But Rashid, on the contrary, has just entered its main phase. And it's no longer a construction site, but a fully fledged residential community. Restaurants are open, the marina is ready, buildings are occupied, people are out for walks, You can see yachts, and yet the supply remains limited. There are only a few buildings and a small amount of resale properties. And at the same time, there are still 4 or 5 new launches in reserve. This is the perfect moment to exit. The project is already up and running, but the peak of growth hasn't been reached yet, which means it will also be interesting for buyers on the secondary market. They'll also be able to catch the growth. We put the property up for sale for 2.5 million dirhams and find a buyer in about 3 weeks. No dumping, no rush. Simply because there aren't that many real alternatives on the market. A low-rise waterfront project with a private format within a budget of up to 3 million dirhams from the developer Emaar, the same one who developed Beachfront. There are a few such offers on the market. Now let's look at the numbers in our case. Together with the client, we invested 1 million at the initial stage. The total expenses amounted to 1,600,000 dirhams. After 3 years, we exit the investment at 2,500,000 dirhams. Our profit over 3 years is 900,000 dirhams. Result, the return on investment, ROI, was 56%, and the return on our own invested funds, ROI, was 100%. We invested 1 million and got back 2. That's what a 100% ROI means. The invested money doubled without any risky schemes, solely thanks to a smart strategy and the right choice of investment property. This case is a perfect example of how the whole strategy works. Its essence is that you need to enter the right property and be patient. Wait until the perfect moment to exit arrives. The implementation period for this strategy in the real estate market is 2 to 3 years. It looks great, doesn't it? But not everyone manages to achieve this because the whole strategy is very demanding. I can tell you a secret, though my colleagues will probably kill me for this, that about 80% of the entire luxury new build market in Dubai is not suitable for this strategy. Let's take a look at what could have gone wrong. First of all, we could have made a mistake with the location. That's exactly what we were told at the beginning. Why buy a construction project in the former docks when you can get into an established community closer to the center? But we understood the structure of the city's development. We saw that in overheated areas, the growth had already played out, while the eastern coast was just at the beginning of its growth. That was the basis for our capitalization forecast, and our analysis turned out to be correct. Secondly, the project's concept itself could have been unsuccessful. But here too, we strictly followed our analysis. We understood that the entire beachfront in Dubai is being developed according to the same scenario: high-rise towers, high density, and huge volumes of supply. And with each passing year, buyers are becoming increasingly tired of this format. But low-rise club residences, especially by the water, are, on the contrary, in short supply. This is becoming a real rarity, especially when combined with a gated community, a waterfront, and a limited number of units. At our agency, we always start with analysis. The goal is not just to feed the client's budget, but to immediately plan the entire timeline, how to enter the project and how to exit it. Every decision at Nico Estate is based on 3 checks: the reliability of the developer, the direction of the location, and market analysis. We build an exit strategy even before the contract is signed. This case might seem smooth, almost perfect, but there's no magic here. It's just an understanding of the market and a properly chosen strategy. We entered when there were cranes in Rashid Yachts Marina and the entire area was covered with tarps. And we exited at the moment when the district came to life and the marina filled with expensive yachts. We doubled our investment through patience and calculation. We invested 1 million, got 2, simply by waiting for the right phase. This is the whole strategy. If you are ready to apply a similar approach to your capital and get a strategy based on analysis rather than hype, we invite you to a personal consultation. In 30 minutes, you don't just get advice, you receive a ready-made investment strategy that takes into account all key risks, from choosing a liquid asset and forecasting returns to capital protection and legal security of the transaction. More than 1,070 families have already moved to Dubai with our help. Over 35 businesses have been launched turnkey, and clients have earned more than $100 million in net income. What does the consultation include? During the consultation, we will conduct a personalized liquidity analysis and select an asset with maximum growth potential, as in the Rashid Yachts Marina case, and agree on an entry strategy. You will receive a clear financial model with an ROI forecast and a detailed deal budget that eliminates any hidden fees or surprises. We will also develop an exit strategy, a 2 to 3 year roadmap for exiting the asset, and identify the ideal phase to double your capital. Of course, we will provide 100% legal protection for your assets, verify property rights, and guarantee the safety of your funds through an escrow account. Book a consultation directly in our bot and receive a personalized strategy for relocating your family and capital in just 30 minutes without bureaucracy or hidden costs.